What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational, episode 17, I believe. My name is Ty
17.
Workentine, my little brother Evan Workentine.
What's up?
And we're back at you with another episode of TEW Confrontational. Sports going on, finishing up like NBA Eastern Western Conference Finals,
It's all wrapped
NHL
up.
Western Conference Finals. Those got wrapped up last night. PGA, NASCAR, we got a bunch of stuff we can dive into.
Oh, yeah.
But the big thing probably in this past week was the NBA and the NHL Eastern and Western Conference Finals wrapping up. We had first we had the Florida Panthers securing a sweep over the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yep.
4-0 swept them. And then we also had the Denver Nuggets, and we talked about this, swept the Lakers 4-0.
Yeah.
We mentioned, I think that game
Unfortunate,
that we talked about was that night too.
That was that night. Yep.
Yeah, and the Lakers ended up losing.
Lost by a bucket.
Lost by
points,
two. It was like 104, 101 or something
Which
like that.
I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but like the performance that LeBron James had, he put it all on the floor. He played like 47 minutes or 48 minutes, the entire game.
Yeah, he had
40 points,
31 in the first half.
31 in the first half.
So he came out with that one question that I asked you was, who do you think needs to come out right away and put up a performance?
And what did I say? I said Anthony Davis needs to step up. And
Yeah.
Of course, when the lights are bright, Anthony Davis is not there. And everybody you could see that coming from a mile away that he wasn't going to step up. I think he did end up with 20 points, but he just played not good.
Yeah,
The team needed him to.
Yeah, they needed a 40-20 game out of probably both AD and LeBron.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, I was pumped. It was still fun to see LeBron. He's 38 years old. There's 39. I think he's 30.
Somewhere around there, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's one of the oldest players in the NBA right now,
Yeah.
besides Udonis Haslem.
I think Udonis retired this year.
Nope, he still plays for the Heat. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like I think he came out and said this is like his last year.
Okay, yeah, but it was still fun to see LeBron at that age put on a performance like he did. Even though it was game 4, they were already down 3-0. Just coming out and putting it on the floor for his team just to show he still has it.
Right.
It was pretty impressive.
Right. I like I said, I had that $50 bet on the Lakers, so that didn't pan out. But yeah, I don't think any team, and so yeah, we'll go to the Celtics and the Heat last night. Went to game 7, so the Celtics were down 3-0 to the Heat.
3-0. Yeah.
And then the Celtics went on a 3-0 run of themselves, brought it 3-3, and then game 7 was in Boston last night. And the Miami Heat just dominated that game. They were in control the whole entire game. Kind of a bummer. Jason Tatum tweaked his ankle like first play of the game, like opening tip off. So that was unfortunate. He played through it. So
what do you think? I know we kind of mentioned this. We talked about this a little bit prior to this podcast today. Just saying, the Celtics go on that incredible run, being down 3-0, winning 3 games back to back, and then not coming to play in game 7 where it means that's a trip to the NBA Finals. You get beat by 20 points, or what is 19 points.
Yeah, it was at home too, and people were leaving the game early, like with 2 minutes, 3 minutes left. So yeah, not a good end to the season. Like I said, Jason Tatum did get hurt. He did play through it. I think he finished with like 12 and 15 rebounds or something. I mean, he played well. Jaylen Brown was the reason I think they lost the game.
He shot 30 times. I think he was like 40. I'm 45% from the field.
No, lower than that.
I don't know. I can pull it up, but he
was like
he had 8 turnovers.
Yeah, and the 8 turnovers cost them, and a couple of them are right at the end of the game there too. Jimmy Butler would poke it from behind. But Jimmy buckets. Congratulations, Jimmy, on making it to the finals once again. And then he said this last year, they didn't win it, or they came up short or whatever, and they said, I promise we'll be back next year. We have a great group of guys, and
he did it.
And then he did it. So,
but going back to Jaylen Brown, he's way less than I don't know what that was. Let's see. I'll just pull it up.
Like 30%.
Yeah, terrible. 8 for 23. Yeah, he's shooting 34% from the field, 8 turnovers. Just not a performance, especially when your best player goes down and your second best can't take that role.
I think he did finish with like 29 or something like that.
But
then the big guy, the highlight of the whole series, I thought, was the way Caleb Martin stepped up and played.
He's played well this whole series. He should have won the series MVP, but unfortunately they gave it to Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy did play well. I mean, he played well all series except for game 6, where they lost it, and they said, well, we got this one, and they already booked their flights. Did you hear that? You see that they booked their flights before they even won.
That's a bold move. Bold move, Cotton.
But yeah, the Heat pulled it out, and like I was going back, this is why I brought up the Heat and Celtics game when I did, is I don't think that didn't matter who won that series. Denver's gonna sweep any team that they play.
And I just don't know. When you're playing, I think they were playing zone D last night, and if they're doing that, Joker's gonna tear them apart.
Yeah, I don't know if they were playing zone. I think they were playing zone just because Jason Tatum was hurt and they needed that.
And they couldn't shoot. I mean, Celtics were missing everything.
Yeah, Celtics were missing.
So I think missing second point opportunities, second chance opportunities, and then not good from the three. Yeah, turnovers. I think they had like 15 or 16 turnovers total as a team, which is not terrible. But when
8 of them come from one guy,
one of your best players at that time of the game,
can't have that. But
yeah,
I do like the Celtics. I think they are one of the best teams in the NBA, though. I think they'll be back same spot next year.
What's the future, though? I mean, they'll
get rid of Jaylen Brown. I mean, they've already extended Jason Tatum. They've already extended like 3 other players like Al Horford. Jason Tatum. I saw a list today. I can't remember.
How long does Al
Horford
have?
Derek White extended. What?
Al Horford's old.
I think they gave him like a 2 or 3 year deal. I'm not quite sure, but Jaylen Brown's contract expires next year, the end of next year.
And Derek White's good. He's going to turn into.
He played really well last night, and then the whole series. He hit 3 threes each of the games, and
I think he played pretty well the entire playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of the reasons they won some of those games. They won Game 6. Yeah. They won Game 6 because of Derek White with that putback. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so Denver and Miami.
And you think it's going to be just a straight up sweep?
If not a gentleman's sweep of 4-1. I think the Heat will get 1 game, but Denver Nuggets are so good, especially if Jamal Murray keeps playing the way he's playing. And Jokic is always going to play the way he's playing. But then you have Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown. You have a bunch of studs that can complement those two.
I think, I'll be happy. I'm not really going. I guess I don't know. I'd like to see the Heat win. I like Jimmy Butler, but also for the Nuggets making it their first time ever, and then
this would be Jokic's first time.
Yeah, he deserves a ring for sure.
I'm excited. And then some news from the Miami Heat side: Tyler Herro broke his hand on like April 19th or something, or a couple months ago.
It was the first game of the playoffs.
Yeah, so it might have been even earlier than that. But yeah, broke his hand. He's expected to
return Game 3.
He's cleared to play basketball, but I think he's gonna wait a couple more games. But yeah, Game 3 is expected time back on the court, so that'll be fun. We get to see Tyler Herro and the full Heat and the full Heat team.
So what I do want to say, it's still the topic of NBA playoffs and stuff, but Jack Harlow showed up to the game last night, Game 7, in Boston, wearing a Letterman's jacket, Celtics Letterman's jacket.
Yeah,
but he's made a few songs, Tyler Herro.
Yeah.
And so,
why can't he? Yeah, why?
I mean, I don't know. I just thought like if Tyler Herro is one of his good buddies, I thought you'd think he'd probably support the Miami Heat, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just have you. There was like a commercial or like something where Jack Harlow's Tyler Herro's manager.
Yeah,
and like I don't know, it was pretty funny. I think it's a commercial.
That's what I'm saying. My bad. That's what I'm saying is like, why isn't he wearing a Miami jacket? Why is he?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know he was a Celtics fan. I always thought he was a Miami fan. And I think doesn't he live in Miami?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's from Louisville, but I don't know where he lives now.
Anyways, I just thought that was interesting, but
yeah. But I do like Jack Harlow for sure.
I'm excited for that series.
Here you go.
For sure.
Yeah, and so. Who do you got? You got Denver. You don't have anybody. You want to see Miami win?
I want to see a good series.
Go over there.
But
or go get Mama.
I want to see a good series, but I guess I don't know. I want the Miami Heat to win, but like I said, I want Joker to win a ring too. So you can't have both sides win a ring.
Right.
So I'm hoping for a good series.
Right. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep, but it's gonna be fun to watch. It sucks that it doesn't start until like. Is it Thursday the first game?
Thursday
the first game.
That's 2 days. That's 2 days away.
Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, it feels more like a Monday right now, but hey, knock it off, baby. Now see that? Or go get Mama. Yeah. yeah, it just feels like Monday because of the long weekend. But speaking of Thursday, that's also when college softball starts too. College World Series for softball.
Yep.
So that's always fun to watch. I've been kind of tuning in though for the regionals and the super regionals, and Oklahoma looks good. Alabama looks good, like always. Like those are always the top two teams. I think Syracuse is in it. Florida State's in it.
Yes, Florida State has that. What's that one girl? I can't remember. You like her?
There's a few. There's the catcher for Florida State's really good. Number 4. I can't remember.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, this is not a catcher.
Yeah, she's the second baseman. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name though.
Yeah.
Faraday.
Devin Faraday.
Devin Faraday. Yeah.
That's who it is.
Yeah, Florida State's pretty good. I don't think Florida missed it. Florida didn't make it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's only 8 teams in it, so
yeah.
So yeah, it should be fun. I like watching
And that's
College World Series.
That's a week long. So, and then right after that, the men's
start. Yeah. So there's gonna be sports on, but we just have to, wait a couple of basketball and then on the flip side, NHL.
Yeah.
So you have the Vegas Knights taking on the Florida Panthers. I don't know much about hockey. I saw a couple games.
I know for a fact that there was a lot of games that went into overtime throughout this entire
playoffs. Yeah, for sure. So it was a fun series, but I like the Vegas Knights. I don't watch much hockey. I just like they're the brand new team. I think they won it a couple years ago, didn't they?
Yep.
And then now they're.
I think was it the first year that they actually?
Yeah, or like established as a team, or maybe it might have been the next year. But like I said, I don't know much about hockey, but
and a fun fact, or kind of an interesting fact, is that the this is the first time that for championships that
two
Florida teams have made it at the same time, during the same time period,
during the same year, like same playoff year or whatever. That's pretty cool. So you have the Florida Panthers, which are like in Sunshine, Florida, like in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and then you have obviously the Miami Heat that are in Miami. So that's pretty sweet. Also, fun fact: this is the first time where 2 number 8 seeds have upset number 1 seeds in the same year, like for Eastern or Western Conference Finals to make it to the finals, and both teams were from Boston, so like the Boston Bruins when they lost, and then you have the Boston Celtics. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then both Florida teams are.
That's pretty coincidental, I guess. It's a good year for the Miami, Florida area.
Yeah, how fun would it be to go down if they both make it to Game 7 in the same weekend, kind of, and then.
But Game 7 will not be played. It'll be played in Denver, obviously, because the higher seed gets the. Gets the game,
or 6, or the same. Yeah, it would have to be Game 6. I think Vegas is ranked higher than the Panthers.
Yeah,
because I think Vegas had a good year this year.
Yeah, so got Game 6s.
Yeah, that'd still be fun.
Like I said, I haven't watched like the entirety of the NHL playoffs, but when it is the NHL Finals or Stanley Cup, I will watch the entire thing or try to at least keep track of it, so I know who's winning and who's leading the series.
Yeah, it's kind of like the home run derby for me. Like some years I'll watch it, other years I won't. So, but when I do watch it, I kind of get into it. So hockey's pretty cool. I just don't understand like all the rules, like icing or offsides or shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
but it's fun. It's just very intense.
Fast paced.
Physicality is awesome in it. So
it's fast paced. There's no like stoppages besides periods. Like substitutions, people come off, people start flying on. Like it's just fast paced. So that's pretty cool. But
covered that. What about NFL? Obviously, that deadline's coming up, which is very important for. If you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, when you lose your lead back or back that's kind of been your franchise running back for the past how many years.
Right. So Dalvin Cook expected to be released on June 1st, but
which is Thursday.
No one really knows for sure what's going on with that. And then you also. You also have Ezekiel Elliott who hasn't been signed, who is another franchise running back or used to be. I think he still has stuff left in the tank. I think he kind of got overshadowed by Tony Pollard a little bit.
He had a phenomenal year this past year.
Yeah, Tony Pollard did. And Zeke's always rushing for at least 4.5 yards a carry. You can guarantee probably a touchdown out of him too, especially around the goal line. So
I think he'll turn into more of like that goal line back. Like he'll be a situational back where it's like maybe 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
So Yeah, running back situation is tough because the price. I mean, they want to get paid more, but the running back market is like down here
because
where
they only play for a
everything
certain
is.
amount of years.
Yeah, everything else is up top, and then you have Adrian Peterson, former Viking.
I don't think he'll play
He
again.
still wants to
He
play,
does want to play,
so
but
we'll see if anybody signs
he
him
might
and
end
picks
up
him
on
up.
yeah, maybe as a backup. He'd be a great mentor to a
Well,
younger
yeah.
back.
I mean, like he was like that in Detroit. He was like that in Seattle. He was
He kind
like,
of turned it to the main back in Detroit, where he had like
right,
8 or 9 touchdowns that
right.
year.
Yeah. I mean, he was a workhorse in Minnesota. Just a hard worker, and that just hasn't left him. He's gonna work his ass off no matter where he goes, no matter what he's getting paid.
He had a phenomenal year after he tore his ACL back in
Well,
mid 2000s.
that's when he rushed for 296 yards. Was after his ACL injury.
Yeah.
Like a couple games after his coming back from his ACL, he rushed for 296.
So he's a workhorse. He's got that dedication in him. So
yeah, and he came off the ACL in like 4 months. Like just a freak of nature. So, but yeah, Adrian Peterson's still out there. Another big news free agent headline that just got released 2 days ago. Yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. It was official about just an hour ago.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is now officially a free agent. He was released from the Arizona Cardinals. And he kind of, I don't know if he was planning on it or because he said he wanted to get traded or he wouldn't want to be in Arizona. And then he backtracked and said he loved Arizona. He wanted to stay there, blah, blah, blah. And now he's released. But during that time of going back and forth, he was interviewed asking like, hey, if you were released, who would you want to play for? Things of that nature.
Yeah,
and there was like 5 teams that
I know, like 3 of them, like KC, Buffalo Bills. I can see him going and playing for Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Brown because
Because Deshaun Watson and D-Hop played together in Houston.
And do they still have Amari Cooper? Or did Amari Cooper get traded this offseason? I can't remember. I feel like he was a big name that I thought he moved.
I think Amari Cooper still plays for the Browns.
But yeah, so that would be another two-headed monster.
Totally wrong.
And then they have Donovan Peoples-Jones too. He showed out or played well last year. And then they have that.
Yeah, he's still on the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and then they have another wide receiver that used to play for the 49ers. That was really good. He was like a number 1 or first round draft pick. Can't think of his name. But
I think the Browns, just being on the topic of the Browns, I think they're going to have a really, really good year. Offense, and you're going to have Deshaun Watson a whole entire year. They got Zadarius Smith, which he played pretty well at the beginning of the season for the Vikings last year. He's still a 3-time All-Pro.
That was a big loss for the Vikings, honestly, losing or giving him up. I mean, I would have paid him again because he had 8 sacks in like the first 10 games.
Yeah,
and
he was leading the NFL the first 8 or 9 weeks, but then he kind of fell off.
I mean, but still, I mean,
and then I just think they're going to have a good year. I'm excited to see. Because we really didn't get a lot to see a lot of what's his name, Watson.
Yeah, it came back.
Because he only played 6-7 games.
Yeah, it came back week 13, so he only played 4 games. I think their week 12 was their bye week, and then they played Houston in week 13. And then, like we were talking about earlier, he only had a couple months with the team when he could only start practicing in like November or something. And so he only got a couple months with the team. So now that he has a full off season with the team, definitely going to work on chemistry and build that up. But I still don't know. They have Nick Chubb. They still have Kareem Hunt, or did they trade Kareem Hunt?
And who else? You're naming off free agents. I think Leonard Fournette's still a free agent.
Yeah,
I think he's been picked up, and he's kind of like that Zeke. He's always been this, I think, but like those like short distance backs.
Yeah, like a power back.
Yeah,
like
he's great on the goal line, whether it's 3rd and goal or 3rd and 1. I think he can be picked up and he'd be useful.
Yeah, for sure. But I do think so. Like going back to Lamar, you had Buffalo. He was interested in. You had Kansas City.
You mean D-Hop?
D-Hop, yeah, D-Hop. So you had KC who was interested. Buffalo, Baltimore, Jets, and there's Miami.
I don't think the Jets are going
Eagles.
After him. Jets
Eagles.
are not going after him.
Yeah, but it was those 5 teams. So those 5 teams, and he asked what quarterbacks you want to play with, and those were the 5: Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, and then Josh Allen. So definitely wants to play on a winning team. Sounds like he wants to play with a great quarterback.
Is he going after like the 1 year, $18 million? Kind of like what OBJ got. I don't think he's worth that at all. I don't think he's proved I mean, early in his career, yeah.
What?
But I don't think he's proven that he's worth that.
You drafted him in
OBJ's
fantasy football last year.
OBJ's proven that, though. I mean, OBJ had a great year prior. I mean, he took 1 year off, but he also would have been Super Bowl MVP in that year.
Yeah. Then unfortunately tore his ACL again. That sucks.
And DeAndre Hopkins, what has he done?
DeAndre Hopkins, his first game back, had 15 catches.
Okay, for how many yards?
Like 120.
Okay, how many games did he play?
8.
And what did he do with the team?
You had him on your fantasy. You drafted him, and you got like 25, 30 points from him every week.
I don't think so. I think that's
yeah, it is. Yes,
I don't
dude.
think so. But he's still, I mean, he's not going to get the 1 year, 18 mil. I mean,
no, he'll probably get 1 year, 12 or 15 with incentives to get up to 18.
Who's going to pay him that?
Probably not Baltimore, just because
probably not the Jets. Buffalo, I don't think is going to pay him that.
Buffalo has money; they could pay him, and he wants to go there. And Stephon Diggs hasn't showed up for OTAs.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know.
To fill a void, filling a void. I know D Hop's going to be good, but filling a void if he wants to go to Buffalo, he's not going to fill that void if Diggs never shows up.
Diggs will show up, but
would that hurt Diggs' ego if you could bring another superstar on? He wants to be the main thing. That's why he left Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I think, or no, because JJ wasn't even there yet.
But like Thielen, he wasn't getting as many catches or targets that he wished he would have.
Yeah, I don't know about that because that was the year before we traded him, and we had him that whole next season, and he had his best season, one of his best seasons that he's ever had.
Maybe just the winning effect.
Yeah, I don't know. We weren't winning, but then we got rid of him and we started winning. So who knows? Maybe it was just a bad locker room guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't. Yeah, he's been really close though to winning a Super Bowl.
When? With the Vikings.
Vikings and the Bills. He made it to the AFC Championship 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I suppose. Making
it to the Super Bowl, I guess. But that's all I got for the NFL. There's not much going on. Not much with the Packers, but I heard Jordan Love's improving. He's still young. Obviously, he still needs to learn a lot, but he's been playing pretty well. We're going to be a young team, and I think these young receivers are going to mesh with Jordan Love way better than...
Hopefully. You guys need that.
I think we get 8. I think we go, 8 and 9. Kind of the same thing as last year.
Yeah. What do you guys think you'll finish in the division? Because the Lions look good, and you were talking earlier about DJ Moore.
DJ Moore has been a star at OTAs. He's going to be obviously the number one for Justin Fields. So they're not going to... I don't know if they're going to jump from 3 wins to 10. I don't see that happening.
They got another wide receiver too.
They got Chase Claypool.
But no, the other Darnell Mooney.
You'd have to look that up. I don't think.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney. He was hurt all year last year, or not all year, but he got hurt early. Yeah,
but I don't know. I think the Packers maybe finished I think the middle of the pack, to be honest.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney is a Chicago Bear.
Yeah, I think they finished for the conference. I don't know, maybe second or third.
You don't remember this guy?
I do.
Yeah,
I didn't know he still played for him.
Yeah, he was hurt all year last year, pretty much.
But I think how do you think the Vikings are going to do?
I like the Vikings. They added They added a wide receiver from the XFL.
I saw that happen today.
Or last night. I think I saw it last night. But they added a wide receiver from the XFL. He won the MVP of the XFL league, I think.
Okay.
Or he was one of the top wide receivers he was number one wide receiver in the XFL. So could be a bang or a bust. We don't know yet. But I like the way Minnesota's looking, and I like Kevin O'Connell as the head coach.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, and I just like the way that we're going, the direction we're going with the offense. Defense, hopefully we got rid of our defensive coordinator, so hopefully our defense stuff. Who did we get for our defense coordinator? We got a good defense.
That's someone you'd know. I would not know.
Yeah, I forgot his name. We got a good DC though, but yeah, hopefully defense
Brian
steps
Flores. That's who you got.
Brian Flores?
Yeah.
From Miami?
I honestly think so.
Maybe, but that's a good ass coach.
Or did he go to
I can't remember.
Yeah, he went to he's the head DC for
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Sweet. So yeah.
He's a great coach. But he was with Pittsburgh last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then
also another.
He's the one that got fired after going 8-8 or whatever.
Yeah, and then he's the one that filed all those lawsuits against the NFL with the black coaches and stuff.
Yep.
But no, I'm excited for our season. We got rid of some big pieces like Zadarius Smith. We got rid of Aaron Kendricks. We added some corners. That was big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was your record last year? You had 12 wins?
Yeah, we were 12-5 or 11-6. No,
I think you had 12 wins, I think.
12 or 13
Yeah.
because we won a playoff.
You think
game.
you'll have that good of a season this year, especially with the Lions picking it up? I could see the Vikings and the Packers and the Bears getting swept by the Lions.
I
can see
think
it.
I think yeah, we'll probably go 1-1 with the Packers like we always do, and then probably sweep the Bears. And I don't want to say go 1-1 with the Lions, but we did that. We did that a couple like last year and the year before too. So,
Lions
so yeah,
are gonna be impressive. But that's really all there is for NFL.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on and on for NFL. Talk about what we think NFL the season's gonna be looking like. We can talk about fantasy. I did a mock draft today. Drafted 4th in the mock draft.
Who was your first pick?
I had Christian McCaffrey as my first pick, and then I had Patrick Mahomes in the 2nd round, and then I went. I had a wide receiver in the 3rd. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, I don't know. I know I had Alvin Kamara on there, Zach Ertz, Michael Pittman Jr. I grabbed AJ Brown.
AJ Brown's a dog.
Yeah, it was, and then I grabbed.
Just look at your.
It won't show in the mock
because
it's not a league. It's just a mock draft. I didn't. I might have taken a picture. I was gonna send it to you. I'm gonna say, look at my mock draft. I did. Hell yeah. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey first, Patrick Mahomes.
You drafted Patrick Mahomes 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I drafted Patrick Mahomes 2nd, and then Alvin Kamara 3rd, DeAndre Hopkins 4th, DJ Moore 5th round, Mike Williams 6th round, Michael Pittman Jr. 7th round, Brian Robinson Jr. 8th round, Ezekiel Elliott 9th round, Tua Tagovailoa 10th round.
Do you know who's a huge sleeper in these fantasy drafts coming up? Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
he's gonna be. I think he will be the number 1 target for.
He went. Calvin Ridley went 6th round, 5th, 6th round.
See, that's not. I mean, that I think.
Well, who did
people
I
start
pick?
knowing about, like hearing about? You know, he's gonna be the number 1 target, won't he?
I picked D Hop or DJ Moore in the 5th round. So I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Calvin Ridley hasn't played in a year, and so
the years prior to that, when he was with Atlanta, he was balling out.
No, his
I know the right before he got suspended, he was out for like 3 or 4 games with personal issues or whatever, family issues.
But he was balling out before that, like the season before
he's
that.
So good. I'd say he's probably one of the best route runners. Well, I guess we'll see, but he was.
Yeah,
he's a great route runner.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be fun to watch. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence has a good year. I know he's a dog, and I just want him to play well. He kind of had a shitty first couple of years when he had fucking Urban Meyer as his head coach, and just that. Yeah, it wasn't a good first couple of years for Trevor Lawrence. But now that he has the old Eagles coach, who's the old Eagles head coach?
Sirianni.
No, he's there. He's head coach. Yeah, but the old Eagles head coach is down there coaching.
Don't waste time.
But yeah, anyway. But yeah, he's down there, and they played well last year, especially towards the end of the season when they almost beat KC to go to get a wild card spot or something.
Old Eagles coach, I know who that is too. It'll come to me.
Yeah, but he blonde hair, wears a visor. I can't remember his name. But anyway, so we could talk about football, NFL, we want like all day if we wanted to, but PGA, we had the Charles Schwab this past weekend, and it was a shootout at the end. So Harry Hall was leading the whole way, and then he kind of choked towards the end of the last round, and then Adam Schenk and we're gonna murder this guy's name, like Emilio Grillo or something like that. They had a shootout. They were both 9 under. Both parred the first one, and then the second hole, Grillo put one in within like 4 feet to win the.
And then how about the Block guy?
Michael Block,
Block
didn't perform well this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he golfed like 81 or something like that.
So, no, I think
or he was maybe an 81st. I saw like a little snippet on Twitter, a Bleacher Report
No, yeah, he definitely shot in an 81.
Yeah, I think he got last.
He was in last place after the first round. He was at plus 11. So yeah, that would be 81.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he's after that great like
Yeah, and then the next day I think he shot a plus 5 or a plus 6.
Yeah.
So he ended the round with like plus 17 or plus 18.
Yeah.
Not like the 2 days he missed the cut. I
And
think he was.
so like I know he's on a few podcasts. I think he went on like 6 or 7 podcasts after his big little his hole in one.
And tied for 15th at the PG at the
And then he just golfs. He said if I were to have the same drive as Rory McIlroy, then I'd be one of the best in the golf game. That's a bold thing to say when this is only your second professional tournament.
Yeah, I mean he is a good iron player, but I don't know even if you drove like Rory McIlroy, the way you played at Charles Schwab, no way you're gonna be. Even if you drove well, you wouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy, I think, finished like 4 under.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean you would be that good? Like Scotty Scheffler, you can't even compete with Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, I would have just.
Like, I think that the PGA Championship, I think that should have been his one and done. I mean, you can't end on a higher note than how you ended on.
And just say like, hey, it was a great experience, experience of a lifetime, obviously.
Well, and he did say that.
Yeah. And then just go back to
back next year, like just the same tournament. You don't need. I mean, that is nice getting those exceptions, and getting accepted into these tournaments, but you're also knocking a player out that could be potentially in the run, may at least make the cut, instead of shooting plus 18. That was just an embarrassment.
Right. But I think the cool thing is he was charging like $150 a lesson because he does like lessons at a golf club or golf, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And now he could upcharge probably $800, $900 a lesson if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that's good for his business or good for
his
himself.
name and but then
should have just played that one tournament. And
hey, Colin, I'm retiring right now. That's what I would want. I would just retired right then. But then you also got to think of his ego. Like, hey, I just tied 15th with the world's best players,
and I had a hole-in-one Dunkaroo.
I can compete every weekend like this.
That's one of the first hole-in-ones I've seen like that. Just
straight in
Dunkaroo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those, but yeah, that one was sweet. And it was even cooler just because it was a PGA pro.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play in tournaments. I think that was his first, not his first tournament, but that was his first hole-in-one in a tournament.
Yeah.
And just to happen on that stage is just, So shout out Michael Block, but I think he should have hung it up after the PGA Championship.
Hang it up, buddy. It's all right, though. I respect him and shit. I mean, if I were in that, after you play your ego's going to blow up.
Yeah, for sure. So. You're going to think you can do it every weekend. And golf is the most difficult. You know, whoever golfs, you're not doing the same shit every weekend. Right, it's different every time you go out to the golf course. So.
Yeah.
But that's what we're all working on, is consistency. So.
Exactly. And then some other stuff in the sports world, or I guess we were talking about F1.
Yeah, F1 in Monaco this past weekend. Didn't watch it really. Just saw some highlights of Conor McGregor. Those are the only highlights I saw. Was Conor McGregor dancing down the street in Monaco, and then on his yacht
yacht. He pulls up on his yacht. He's
got breakfast out, sitting out,
and you can hear the cars just going by.
Vroom, vroom. Yeah, that was just the life. And then
some NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR. So you got F1 in Monaco. I didn't watch it. Don't know really anything about F1. I heard it's pretty sweet. Cars go like 280, like
240, 250.
Just fly. So that'd be pretty cool to see. But then also on the other end of the spectrum, you have NASCAR. The Indy 500 took place this past weekend as well. Can't remember the name of the guy who won it. I looked at it this morning. I did not watch
it at all.
I saw it this morning, his name, but I forgot. But shout out the winner of the Indy 500. But yeah, so that's good shit. And then also, speaking of Conor McGregor and Monaco, the Ultimate Fighter starts tonight.
It's Tuesday. We record on Tuesday, so
May 30th.
Starts tonight at 7:30.
Yeah, May 30th
or 7.
Yeah, and so it's gonna be fun to watch. I saw an interview of like somebody was on YouTube of Conor McGregor and what he's like, if he likes doing this, or because he's done it once before and then took a year off and now he's back, and he says he loves it.
Yeah, second time doing it.
Yeah, he says he loves it. He loves coaching and sharing his knowledge and everything, and it's actually time for him to train too.
Yep.
For the Mike Chandler fight.
He'll fight in August, sometime in August, but like, it's gonna be this time. It's getting closer now to seeing McGregor back in the ring.
Mm-hmm. And sorry, don't mean to interrupt. During that interview, he said he'll be back probably by end of summer, like the August fight with Michael Chandler, and then from there on out, he wants to, because the interviewist or the lady who was interviewing him brought up Nate Diaz, brought up Poirier, brought up all these other names.
I'd like to see.
And then she said, "Fuck those guys. Who the fuck are those?
Who the fuck are those guys?
We'll get back in the ring and we'll see. We'll make it even."
I did see some today, some Twitter banter. Conor McGregor and Alex Volkanovski, saying like, I think that somebody mentioned something to have like if they were to fight at their prime, and McGregor said like I'm in my prime, and so was he, and then Volkanovski said let's fight lightweight, but the guy that tweeted the original tweet 155. Oh. And he wanted to fight featherweight, which is I believe 145. And so then Volk said like anytime, anywhere, any weight. And then McGregor's like, fuck you. Yeah. He's like, that's my saying. Don't take that.
Yeah.
And he's like, why did you say 155 if you want to fight it? If you're willing to fight it any weight. I don't think that's a good match for McGregor. I feel like he got murdered.
I don't know who Volkanovski is.
Alex Volkanovski.
If I saw him, if I saw him, I'd probably recognize him. But yeah, so that starts tonight. That's gonna be fun. That's pretty much. I mean,
you got a question of the day at all?
Let's see. Let's go. Top 5 favorite athletes of. You can't go all time that you watched that like inspired you. Like, oh shit, I want to be like that one day, or like, oh, I wish I was. Like,
so not top 5 favorite athletes ever.
I mean, you could go ever if you want, but like. You're going to throw in Michael Jordan?
No, I didn't watch Michael Jordan yet.
Yeah. Like top 5 of all time that you've watched that inspired you growing up, or like, dang, I want to be like that someday.
Yeah, I could do, I'm obviously going to, there's a few that I can name. I'll have to say like LeBron James. When I was playing basketball, I always kind of looked up to him, like his physical aspect of the game.
You had a Cleveland jersey, you had a Heat jersey.
I did not get a Lakers jersey, but
not yet, but I bet you will. And then you probably get a Brownie jersey if he's a Laker too.
If he probably won't be a Laker, but who knows? Yeah. And then Michael Phelps has got to be. I used to watch the
Olympics,
the Summer Olympics. Is it Summer Olympics all the time, and I like doing the hold arm thing.
Breaststroke, the butterfly?
No.
The one his warm ups. Yeah, his warm ups.
Yeah. And then I'd probably have to go. I don't know. I got to say Aaron Rodgers, even though he's still playing.
Yeah, he's all time, dude.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't stay with the Packers, but.
Are you upset about that, or you like?
I'm over it now, but it would have been cool to see him.
Finish.
Do 18, 19 years with one franchise.
That's kind of like Udonis Haslem.
Yeah.
He's been with the Heat for like 18 years.
And then, I don't know, that's 3, right?
Yeah.
4, I don't know, I like Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, dude.
Jordy Nelson, he was like, growing up, I played like receiver, running back, and I just liked him because...
White boy,
balling
yoked, and he's balling out. Dude.
And he was Rodgers' favorite target.
Oh yeah,
for a long time.
The Packers had a dangerous wide receiver core because it was Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings. Who was your tight end? He came back. Mercedes Lewis. You had Donald Driver.
Donald Driver was a beast too.
That's all the same year. Or all on the same team. It was a
stacked ass team.
All on the same team with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, with Eddie Lacy at running back.
Eddie Lacy, James Starks, like some dogs. Yeah. Number 5. I can't keep doing Packers players. I could do a top 5 of Packers players if I wanted to. I gotta go. Probably Tiger Woods. Him winning all those green jackets, and then I kind of like same with like LeBron, but Charlie, he'll be a professional golfer one day.
Yeah, I've seen videos of.
I like that. And then after his injury, he came back and didn't he? He won a tournament, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
think he won the Masters again.
I think he did too. Just having that determination and that grit to like, even if you do have a possible career-ending injury, have that grit to get back on the field, court, and have that dog mentality. Mm-hmm. So those are my top 5. So we got LeBron,
Rodgers.
Phelps, Rodgers, Jordy, and then Tiger.
Yeah, mine's got to be.
And those aren't 1 to 5. Those are just my 5 bundled up.
Yeah, and we don't like any of the Nate. Obviously, Tiger Woods like head affairs, all that stuff. We're not saying that.
We don't pay attention.
Yeah, to that. But Mine's got to be Kobe. Just the dog mentality. Just yeah, I don't know. I just liked watching him play.
Mamba mentality.
Yeah, just the Mamba mentality, and yeah, just the dog. And you would always see him like, not necessarily yelling at his teammates like, hey, get your head out of your ass and let's play some basketball and shit like that. And I just like that leadership and just that dog mentality. So Kobe's got to be probably my number one favorite athlete. And then down the line, AI.
Allen Iverson, yeah.
I used to watch him play, and then I used to watch like his highlights and just practice his dribble moves. Could never master the crossover, but hey. Yeah, at least I was down in the basement fucking dribbling the ball and mommy like, shut the fuck up.
She didn't say that.
No, but she wanted to.
She definitely did.
Yeah, AI, and then Kobe AI, and then Carmelo Anthony.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony was my favorite basketball player, so just the pull-up game, just the grit and the determination. He played big, he played small, like, he's knocking down threes, he's bullying people in the post, and he's doing turnaround fadeaways, and he always do that one thing where he'd start the ball over here, and once you reached, he would swing his arms across and then more than likely make it, but at least draw a foul.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah, I liked Melo. Melo's my favorite player. And then, so those three, and then I don't know.
You can go into different sports besides.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of other sports, but Randy Moss. He's the one that made me a Vikings fan. Fell in love with the Vikings when I saw number 84 out there. One of his first games, he had like 200 yards, 3 catches, and 3 touchdowns, something crazy like that. So, yeah, and he came from Marshall, Minnesota, or the Marshall high school.
Yep.
And then I don't see anything where he played at college.
I don't know. You'd have to look that up. But
or did he play at is Marshall a university?
You'd have to look that up.
Yeah, but he played at Marshall, and then so excited or not excited.
Who was your fifth? You had to do number 5.
Yeah, so Randy, and then I would say Brett Favre.
I mean, you could say a lot of them. I mean, we skipped over. I was just talking about, like, those are my personal favorites. What I named, and like you named, but you got Jerry Rice. I didn't see him play, but like LaDainian Tomlinson, dog.
Yeah, LT. My fifth one,
Devin Hester.
Yeah, I wasn't like that though. My fifth one was Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, really? He played 1 year with the Vikings.
No,
with the Vikings.
I liked him as a Packer, dude.
Oh, okay.
He just had a cannon. He had that dog mentality. He was Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he has some great throws, but Brett Favre did throw a lot of interceptions. That's one thing that he threw a ton of.
But he didn't give a fuck. He just throw the fucking ball as far as he could, and hopefully one of his wide receivers. And he also had Donald Driver, and he also had Greg Jennings.
He had a lot of good players.
So, yeah, Brett Favre was probably got to be my fifth, even though he was a Packer growing up watching
and even
him.
Though
and then he led us to the NFC Championship.
Yep.
And then fucking threw an interception to Darren Sharper.
Yep.
And then all hopes.
That's a good top 5.
Back in 2009.
I don't know. I could have to say, just thinking about like my top 5. Michael Phelps is he's got to be in the top 3 at least. Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte. That duo.
Athleticism alone, Michael Phelps is easily top 5 athlete.
Oh yeah, I heard something about him eating like 12 to 15,000 calories a day.
Yeah, he's easily top 5 athlete of all time.
He always has the most gold medals. I think they did take one away. I think
didn't they strip of all of them?
I don't think so.
All 8 that he won that year? He won 8 that year.
Yeah, but I don't think, because I think he's at like 21 right now. Gold medals.
Yeah, I think they stripped all 8 of his gold medals. I don't
think that. I don't know.
Yeah. And then because he was smoking pot right after the.
Yeah.
What a dog, dude.
But that's
with that song by Juicy J, or I'm at the Olympics smoking with my homie Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Remember that by Juicy J?
Yeah, I do. Man, just so much stuff you can talk about. The great athletes of, our lifetime that we've actually seen watch is pretty dope. We got this guy over here too. He's a dog.
Yeah, that's hard to name. Top 5 athletes of all time. That's hard to name.
That is because
there's so many.
So many. Like we were having a conversation. I was having names pop into my head like, oh, I should love this guy, love this guy, love this guy.
Yeah, same thing with the movies we did last week.
Yeah. Yeah,
you could easily name your top 5 favorite athletes of all time down in the comments, and we'll see how they compare to our top 5, and then if you want to, you could put it like why you like them or shit like that.
Go
So
ahead. Yeah, we always like to see that feedback. And like to see what your viewpoint is or who your favorite players are, because we can always,
go back on the previous videos and enter your comments in, like with the top 5 favorite sports movies or top 5
cut a steak.
Yeah, whatever you guys want, or just make up your own, or make up questions for us to ask next episode or something like that.
Absolutely.
Just so I don't have to think of them, because I'm not very good at that. But yeah, you got anything else, brother?
Nope. I think that covers mostly everything.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, we got volleyball tonight. We got a game at 7:30, so we better wrap it up at 6:30 right now. So yeah, we'll that's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, peace.